Howdy Grubs, if it's your first time here, I challenged myself to beat 100 games in 2025 because my New Year's resolution was to beat more games. I thought I didn't play games all that much. I guess I was wrong because I've essentially finished the challenge without trying to finish it. I just need to review them now. Also, I'm wearing sunglasses again, even though in the previous video I was just wearing regular glasses because I put it up to a poll and y'all want me to keep wearing my Halloween costume. So I'm gonna be that weirdo who wears their Halloween costume year round, I guess. So here are games 11 through 15, and this is the Gooner game edition. So adult content warning. If you're watching this, you saw the title. I don't know why you clicked it if you don't want to see this kind of thing, but here's your warning. I'm going to be talking about adult content games or games with mature adult themes of the sensual variety. There's your warning, but I'll be talking about Flip Witch, Forbidden Sex Hex, Honey Pop, Honey Cam Studio, Helltaker, and Max Gentleman's Sexy Business. These games are honestly on the tamer side, so don't worry too much, except Flip Witch. I have no idea still how I'm going to edit that. Flip Witch, Forbidden Sex Hex, 11 hours. I bought this one and played it because of the advertising and after hearing the music. Best music I've heard from a game, and it's easily something I'd listen to outside of it. Anyway, there's a saying by Bong Joon-ho, the director of Parasite, and a bunch of other movies. He said, "Once you overcome the 1-inch tall barrier of subtitles, you will be introduced to so many more amazing films." Subtitles aren't the only form of hurdle that serve as a barrier to your enjoyment. These hang-ups, stigmas, and preconceptions can keep you from experiencing great media. Flipwitch is one such example. It's easy to lump this in as just another porn game or Gooner game, but Flipwitch is a part of a genre that I enjoy greatly. Porn. Kidding. It's Metroidvanias. Flipwitch is a Metroidvania game, and a pretty damn good one. You'll explore a large world and go boss to boss, defeating them in a tight Mega Man gameplay-like style. Maybe it's more Metroid-like, I don't know. I've never played Metroid. Yeah, there's something for you to talk about. The world itself is explored in a more Metroid style. Yeah, I'm quoting Metroid without having played Metroid. I've seen gameplay of it, where you need certain abilities, costumes, and unlocks to access the wider world. So there will be backtracking, and there is quite a bit of backtracking. Lots of secrets, too. As you play, you're also encouraged to participate in adult favors. When you do it enough, you can go back to your teacher and she'll increase your stats. I don't have to justify myself to you, but the game has cute art, plays great, has the best music ever, listen to Phantasmal Funk, and try not to jam out to that. The sexual content, though, is kinda eh. I think it's a little vanilla, honestly, but you're not here for that kind of opinion. It's a good game, and if you're an adult and comfortable with it, it's definitely worth playing. Just remember what I said. Just because it's a porn game doesn't mean that it's automatically a bad game. Honey Pop, 12 hours. This one isn't entirely a porn game. It's more lewd. If you want nudity enabled, you have to alter the game files, and you have to earn the nudity, and it takes a long time to get it. So you can't accidentally enable the nudes. I got this a long time ago as part of a bundle, and I thought, well, I broke the dam with Flipwitch. I checked out the ratings on Steam, and wow, a whopping 96%? Must be an amazing game. I played it myself, and I do not get why everyone likes this series so much. My first issue is with the writing. It's atrocious, but on purpose, allegedly, which kind of just makes it that much more annoying. It reads like Class of '09, cringe-inducing, and oftentimes fetishizing. The fairy chick who follows you around always has something filthy to say upon meeting a new girl. I don't really have a big issue with that because of the kind of game it is. I kind of expect it, but it gets into semi-racist territory in this game, and it's just so out of left field. It also encourages pickup artist behavior, you know, the game style. Whenever a non-white character comes along, the fairy has to say something fetishizing about their race that just makes the whole thing wildly uncomfortable. Black girl shows up, she says some shit like, I like me some milk chocolate. Asian girl comes by, I don't have yellow fever, I have yellow plague. It's funny, but in the sense that it's a total shock that a person would talk like this. The Latina character's unique item is an item that boosts honey, which is the skill points earned, and is made specifically for one character. For her, it's a pair of maracas and a sombrero. There's just a lot of weird racism or microaggressions, making an otherwise mediocre experience just uncomfortable. Maybe it has to do with the age of the game. I guess 2015 was a particularly racist and fetishizing year. I'm not someone who's made uncomfortable by sexual situations. I played a few adult games. Honestly, I'm not looking forward to the sequel since there's a trans girl in there and the fairy's gonna say some stupid junk like, "Oh, so you like to drive stick?" The puzzle gameplay is pretty simple match 3. You match gems to get points. When you reach the point requirement, you succeed on the date and you get 1 more heart out of 5 total. As you chat with the girls and match, you get honey, and that's used to level up your skills to make your matching better. Most of these points come from talking to girls and getting the right answers or giving them gifts. Traditional visual novel dating gameplay style. The puzzle gameplay and general conversations are fine, besides a couple of whack jobs. Honestly, the only reason it's not a 1-star is because of the actual decent conversation quality with the non-fairy character. After beating it, my final issue with the game is that there's just too much waiting around. 2 of the girls, Lola and Belly, are gone 50% of the time. The game has time-sensitive dates, which makes the endgame particularly annoying if you didn't get them out of the way early. 1 girl, to unlock her, you need to wait for a goldfish to be available in the store and buy it. Another, you have to go to the beach specifically at night. Once you have the majority of characters wooed, you'll be near max stats, and most of the time will be spent going girl to girl, answering their questionnaire and buying gifts. Once you have your skills maxed, the rest of the game is switching girls, waiting for loading screens so that you can get to the right time of the day for the final girls. Honey Pop desperately needs a way to switch the time beyond switching girls and going on dates with them again, and to let you just skip multiple times a day at once. The end of the game is the worst by far, and I feel like a lot of the time of the gameplay is just padded out with that unnecessary going girl to girl to girl at the end. Honeycam Studio, 8 hours. I tried this one because it's related to Honey Pop and it was free, and I was curious about the extended HCU, the Honey Pop Cinematic Universe. Personally, I don't get the love people have for this franchise. It's probably just not for me. Perfectly fine if it's for you. This one is the worst entry from what I played though. It's boring, slow, and overall unrewarding. I think it was kind of just riding the coattails of the previous one's success. Now I gotta go double check that real quick. Oh, it was not free. Oh shit, I paid money for this? Alright, well, it was a year afterwards, so I think it was riding the coattails of the success of the previous one. Where was I? Average run takes about 2 hours. You'll pick girls with certain fetishes and get them to do photo shoots to earn fans, and cam to get money times the amount of fans you have. Even accounting for the other buildings like stores and stuff, every game goes pretty much the same. Build up fans, unlock more employee slots, recruit all the girls with the same fetishes as your starting one, build their style and stuff, earn money, then late game you spam the sleazy motel to cover operation costs while your girls do non-stop photo shoots. You're basically a digital pimp. It's very repetitive, and the gameplay of holding left click isn't engaging enough to warrant the multiple playthroughs that the game recommends. This is my lowest rated game yet. I gave it half a star. Max Gentleman Sexy Business, 24 hours. Idle, roguelite, management, dating sim game where you play a rich person who just keeps routinely losing their money. You'll hire executives and send them to either collect money, improve their mustache charisma, improve fisting, which is their damage, send them to the slums to recruit peasants to fight on your behalf, the amount of which is dictated by your mustache. It's like Mario. Mustache is your popularity, your charisma, and fight other local rich folks in peasant battles. The story is kind of funny with how it portrays the rich. It shows them as being incompetent, childish, adventure-loving, horny, and out of touch. It can be pretty funny, but there is way too much dialogue, with the majority being unvoiced. I appreciate the large amount of costumes, but I would have been fine with 1/10 of them in exchange for more voice acting. What little voice acting is present is great, and the character designs are all pretty attractive in their own ways, and each of the characters have a reason to like them, and the loot art is pretty well drawn. I'm also absolutely obsessed with the core gameplay. Like, I wasn't done playing this when I was done playing this. I did beat the game, but I had to pull myself away from it to play other stuff. If you've ever played Honeycam Studio, it's like that, but done in the best possible way. My only issue is a book's worth of dialogue, and after a couple of romances, I got way worn out and just started skipping. I also think that the idle portion of the gameplay is way too interactive to be considered an idle game. As odd as it sounds, I'd like it slower and without the time limits, so I can do other stuff while I play, because the gameplay itself isn't very engaging. You're just dragging and dropping. Nudity is pretty limited, mostly to just tasteful nudes like you subscribe to Markiplier's OnlyFans. I'm sure people would prefer more, but this is a YouTuber-made game, so I was kind of expecting it to be really mild. I honestly wasn't expecting any nudity at all. I was expecting, like, skimpy bathing suits. Still, way better than Honeycam in just about every way. I only compared them because the gameplay style is so similar. It could benefit from having a furry or two, though, to round things out. Feel like tossing in a Wolfman and Wolf Lady would have been pretty easy. Could have made them stock traders for a Wolf of Wall Street joke. Hire me. I'm so full of ideas and pain and self-disgust. I I'd be a perfect writer. Helltaker, 33 minutes. This obviously isn't a porn game, but it is a Gooner game. I've seen the horrible things you all draw of these demonesses. Helltaker is short. It's sort of a dating game. It's kind of like a Sokoban puzzle game, but you answer some questions when you finally get to the girls. Helltaker is fun, funny, the perfect length. That's what she said, and I can see why it was popular back in the day. It's free too, so just try it. As of writing, these were the only Gooner games on the list. I'll be back to the themeless games next time. Remember to tip your YouTuber. I take likes, subs, and playful winks and gestures from across the bar. I'll see you next time. Bye.